Going to take a deeper dive into the cryptocurrency space, and joining us to talk about this is Mark Dukas, a crypto analyst at Bitcoin.Live and founder of BitcoinSmartMoney.com. Mark, thanks so much for taking time to chat. This is the big thing right now. Now, in the past, Donald Trump has called Bitcoin a disaster waiting to happen. Now running as the Bitcoin candidate, he wants the U.S. to develop a Bitcoin stockpile if elected. Tell us about that and what you think about this transformation of the former president.
I think with Donald Trump being more acceptance now of Bitcoin and its understanding its value proposition that it's digital gold and that we're moving towards a payment system of Bitcoin and being able to do international business the proper ways. And Bitcoin has the monetary values that we need, whereas the US dollar has that inflationary value. Bitcoin is created to be a store of value, and I think both parties are starting to see that, as we've seen in the past 48 hours with the Democratic Party readjusting their stance and looking to get more involved in the space. And I think that's really great that both parties are accepting of it.
Yeah, for her part, Kamala Harris has come out and said it's time for her and the Democrats to hit the reset button with top crypto companies. Talk to me more about that, because leading up to the big event in Nashville, it was all about Trump. He was going to be the crypto candidate. What does this late entry, for lack of a better term, mean for Harris and the Democrats?
I think it just shows you the importance of Bitcoin and its place throughout this financial system that we're experiencing here in the next 10 years, in the changes that are going to be intertwined here with Bitcoin and how it evolves within its ecosystem. So I think that just both sides are really starting to see that value, and that you have to be on board or you'll get left behind, because the internet is an evolving place, and so is Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency community.
Yeah, on board or left behind, I think that's a very good way to phrase it. Now, given what we now know, is there any reason to believe that the Democrats can make inroads? It seems that Trump right now is telling the industry everything it dearly wants to hear.
Right, so Trump does definitely have an advantage just with a lot of the fodder and the commentary that has been put forth, and that's important, and he does have that time advantage. However, the Democrats do have an opportunity here, because we still are weeks away from the election, in putting out some type of buyer, and showing that they're going to be involved in the space and not try to look away from it, because you want to be more involved and accepting, because that's what young people are using. We're always on our iPhones or our Androids, and that's what Bitcoin allows, is that use of that store of value and that payment mechanism.
To what degree do you think Trump underwhelmed the people in Nashville? Because everybody wanted to build some momentum after that speech and see Bitcoin go above 70,000, and it just didn't happen.
There's some resistance right now at 70,000 and 72,000. So financially, and the chart, that just tells you that resistance is more important right now than Trump or a sell the news event. But a lot of times at these conferences, price does rally and then you have a sell-off. However, you have to look at things more on that mid-time frame basis, and we're in a bull market right now, so there's nothing to be fearful of.
Gotcha. Now, given people may wonder, well, where's this stockpile going to come from? But the U.S. government is one of the leading holders of Bitcoin, given that much of it has been acquired through law enforcement seizures. Talk about that and what it means for the U.S. to have all these billions of dollars in Bitcoin.
Sure. So they do seize Bitcoin from time to time. However, there's that opportunity of the seizures, as well as the dollar cost averaging of Bitcoin into the monetary system of the United States. So there's those two avenues of inroads, and I think that's really the most important part of the adoption cycle.
What do you think the current outlook is for crypto regulation in the United States, and could it change under a Trump administration versus a Democratic and Harris administration?
I think no matter who really gets elected, that the adoption cycle and the fact that they are accepting of regulation is the most important part. They're not banning it. It's not something that's being declined. It's being accepted, and it's something that evolves over time. So there's no right answer right now. I think the best way to look at it is that it's accepted, and that the United States is looking towards ways to making it part of our financial system.
Count me with the millions who look back in the early days when it was in the hundreds of dollars and think, man, I wish I would have dropped everything I had in that. I'd be rich beyond words now. But
early. It seems expensive, but it's still early.
Still early, huh? So where do you see the market, the dynamic and the investment landscape for cryptocurrencies?
I think the crypto market is poised to grow in the multi trillions, and Bitcoin, most importantly, surpass gold's market cap of 10 trillion plus one day. However, it's one of those things that you have to just take it step by step, and we're in one of those phases where it's just slowly building, and then eventually it's just going to pull away, and people are going to feel left behind. But it's just not too early to dollar cost average and to take a little bit away from the dollar. That's the inflationary currency, where Bitcoin is the deflationary currency that increases in value over time.